Tasker by DTech Apps is a ServiceNow app available from the ServiceNow store and native to the platform, just like a scoped app or a custom app. The value of Tasker being built on ServiceNow is that Tasker inherits all of ServiceNow's controls. For a government agency or organization requiring the highest levels of security, whether it is FedRAMP, L5, or FISMA, Tasker inherits all of those ServiceNow controls. The team at DTech Apps started by building Tasker for the end-user experience, ensuring it is as simple as possible. While executives, leaders, and manager can easily see work that's been assigned, which activities are in process, which are not, and what tasks are at risk of missing their deadline. When someone is assigned a task, it shows up in their My Task view, a list of all their assigned tasks, while they also get an email notification informing the user they've been assigned a task featuring a link that directs them straight to the task. While email is always under threat of phishing attacks, Tasker is not. When you log into Tasker, you see the tasks. The user doesn't have to worry if they are asked by an outside entity posing as a leader asking for sensitive information. Instead, they log into Tasker and can see all their requests securely and in real time. On the My Tasks view, everything is color-coordinated and easy to understand from a quick glance. Within Tasker, we have a tab referred to as Organizational Units. In this demo, we are referencing a team, office, or group as an organizational unit. As a manager or executive leader, I can see all the work assigned throughout the group and filter down, see my team, who's assigned work, what are they doing. This allows the leader to always stay ahead of critical deadlines. Creating new tasks at a high level. We have advanced tasking, designed for serious power users. Majority of users creating tasks don't require capturing every little detail, so we developed a quick tasking interface. Simple as email but as powerful as ServiceNow. For example, if I just need to send a simple request to someone. Maybe an approval, maybe it's an acknowledgement, maybe it's concurrence. With our quick tasking interface, it is as easy as email but with a due date, or in this demo it's called a suspense date, a term preferred by many of our government customers. We can categorize the task for reports and prioritize it if needed. Of course, this is all in ServiceNow, so we can adjust Tasker as needed. You can show the fields you want, hide or remove other you don't. Some are necessary, but fundamentally the task name is the subject line instructions of the body of the email. It's really that easy, and that's why people like it and organizations are rapidly adopting it. The ease of email but with the visibility and tracking of project management.
But where we really start shining is with our task tree with more complex tasks, when it's not just two people managing an assigned task, but it's across an entire team. So in this case, creating a new hiring policy document. In this example, we are tasking out to 5 people. Because it's not workflow, I can easily assign each person a field of responsibility, and they can manage their assigned work it the way they want. Here we see our task tree on the left, and each task is color-coded to help easily see where everyone is with their work and who it has been assigned to. Here in purple we see John and Rob. They finished their work and it has been sent to review. But keep in mind, unlike workflow, if I deploy it from a template, I can edit the template for my current task, create new subtasks, and reassign users quick and easily. Here, color-coded in green, I tasked a colleague of mine, Joaria, to assist with the development of our new hiring policy. The color code green shows that she has accepted the work, which is how I am being communication that she is acknowledging the task and opted not to reject the assignment. This is important, because this is how someone can notify the task generator that the work is outside of their scope, or that they are unavailable during this time, or another reason. All information captured and sent back to the assigner so they can reassign elsewhere or adjust as needed. However, to the right of the green box, we see the dynamic power of Tasker. Joaria has accepted the task, but also created 2 subtasks to Hugh and Colin, where she may have delegated the work, or maybe she must wait for them to finish their job before she can do hers and mark the task complete, allowing her to take ownership of what is her responsibility in the process. So as the person at the top, I can delegate to 5 people. Each of those people respond and acknowledge the work, then delegate or create tasks for what they need to complete the task, allowing the process to live and grow, capturing all the steps necessary to complete work and then make it repeatable. The organization gains visibility and accountability for assigned work in real time. You see that once Joaria delegates her tasks, it automatically updates the task flow here in real time. I don't need to refresh, and as the originator of the task, you don't have to build it. I can now just say, here's your responsibility. Then she can create all the subtasks. Or imagine if someone is folding up the work. A manager can see the bottlenecks in the task flow, identify the owner, engage with them, and inquire about the status of the project and take necessary steps to ensure deadlines are met and work is done on time. Tasker creates visibility without the need to micromanage staff. Workflow involves figuring out the entire process right from the beginning, from start to finish. You need to figure out everything because you can't change a workflow when it's deployed. We have chat capabilities too inside Tasker so I can send messages. So yes, we can communicate back and forth. And the whole point is to get that information and that visibility right. We look down here in blue. We see Jacqueline has not accepted the work. Looking at her out-of-office details, we learn she is on vacation, so we open the task and reassign it from Jacqueline to Ike in just a few clicks. The system reassigns the task to Ike and immediately adds the task to Ike's My Task view and sends Ike an email notification he's been assigned a task. This feature ensures deadlines are adhered to, and through the reassignment feature, Ike can start covering for Jacqueline while she's gone. Additionally, all of this is recorded and stored, providing a perfect audit trail. So the whole point of Tasker is creating visibility, seeing where bottlenecks are, getting accountability to ensure deadlines are met, and being able to run metrics to measure productivity and promote continuous improvement throughout the organization. Particularly with performance analytics involved, Tasker customers are saying this is awesome because now we have a standard process and can run it as a template, while over time making adjustments accounting for growth and organizational changes. Now, DocIntegrator solution doesn't have its own interface. This is our SharePoint solution. It sits and lives with everything in ServiceNow. Here we see in our Shared Documents tab, instead of attachments, we find a hiring policy document to review. If I actually click on it, you'll see that this document lives in SharePoint, allowing us to keep everything in SharePoint. SharePoint is an exceptional enterprise content management solution that provides a lot of advantages and differentiators to storing files in ServiceNow. The value of SharePoint's role-based access controls is very powerful, particularly if you're dealing with customers in controlled environments, whether it's Department of Defense, whether it's law firms doing e-discovery, or financial institutions who have certain controls they need to watch for. So we simplified everything without ever leaving ServiceNow. With DocIntegrator, we can all work on the same document at the same time, and it never leaves SharePoint. All our changes are made real-time with real-time collaboration. Compared to tools like ServiceNow's SharePoint Spoke, aside from lengthy development time and restrictions of the spoke, DocIntegrator is seamless. DocIntegrator doesn't make copies of files in SharePoint to bring them into ServiceNow, risking confidential files and content with PII and PHI. DocIntegrator doesn't require coding or writing workflows to manage files between ServiceNow and SharePoint. Now with DocIntegrator, I can also search from inside ServiceNow and link a document from SharePoint right back to my task record, and keep in mind everything in shared documents is visible to the entire task tree. Now let's move over and look at our My Documents tab. My documents are only visible from inside my task. These files can be stored in different locations, and we can also store them in the same locations. We can even move files to different DocIntegrator setups as well. From here to here to here, wherever we need to go, I can get there. If I need to upload a file from my desktop, I simply browse my file system, I find it. For example, let's say we're talking about the finalized version of this hiring policy review we all put together. I can upload it from my desktop straight to SharePoint. It never touches ServiceNow. That's right, it literally goes into SharePoint, saving any changes, letting SharePoint handle all the controls. I can use a desktop application like Word to edit a Word document stored in SharePoint, so I'm not downloading it. It's still in SharePoint the whole time, allowing us to leverage the flexibility and familiarity of Microsoft Office. In another scenario, I can use a desktop application to review this file, and if you have users who need to provide their digital signature to approve a document, we can get files digitally signed in the app too. Here we are using Adobe Acrobat Reader, which does full crypto digital signatures. Right. I just signed it. It's encrypted. Life is beautiful. and then I just close it. Check it back in, and you're finished. So it really makes it that much easier to use ServiceNow from your desktop or laptop to open these files. Others attached to the file can see my changes as I'm making. So it gives you the friendliness and usability from everybody. Keep in mind it's also highly configurable. So you can have Team 1 using a different location in SharePoint than Team 2. We don't have system accounts, so I'm authenticated to SharePoint as me. If I don't have access to a location, I won't see the files. It's that simple, and that's as intended. So it makes it very easy to apply document governance standards and provide an exceptional document management experience inside ServiceNow. Here we have our templates. You can build it out in advance. You can run templates manually or schedule it to run. For example, this template is scheduled to run every Thanksgiving. This is task flow, not workflow. So when it deploys, it's a regular task, so you can reassign users, you can create new subtasks. It still continues to be a living, breathing, dynamic task tree. Now showing DocIntegrator in Tasker is great, but Tasker and DocIntegrator are also just as powerful within a native ServiceNow application. For this example, we are in ServiceNow SPM using their standard project demo data and accessing a standard project. In this example, we will also touch on HR in a rather familiar and standard deployment. On the project we are accessing here, you will notice a tab for project documents. This tab is powered by DocIntegrator. DocIntegrator allows me as a project manager to keep my documents in SharePoint instead of simply as attachments up along the top. Why is this important? Well, in the example of managing the deployment of an HR implementation, we are frequently handling PII, or personally identifiable information. By managing project documents pointed to a location in SharePoint where only myself and maybe 1 or 2 implementers plus an architect and the HR people have access, those who need to can now update those documents securely in real time, while anyone in the files can also see those updates in real time. This ensures only those who must have access to confidential data will have access to it, making sure they're not going to see any content they are not authorized to. DocIntegrator harnesses the power of SharePoint, and it gives it to ServiceNow through both secure documents and real-time collaboration. Again, revisiting collaboration, my architect can update the architecture document in real time, and I'll see it inside project. This way we don't revert to any disconnected or unsecure systems from ServiceNow, like email, and instead we can send tasks from inside my project to update the architecture document. In real time, I can see when my project is completed. My project manager is going to get a task inside Tasker with a link and to click on that link. It'll open up the task, see it, and never leave the ServiceNow platform. So for the first time, instead of following up via email to make all these requests when I need something as a project manager, which is how this is typically addressed, we can send tasks via Tasker. Plus, we now have a comprehensive audit trail. So, as the project manager, I can ask, are we gaining traction? Log into ServiceNow and see our status without sending an email, without making a phone call to inquire if someone is doing the work assigned to them. Imagine a scenario in ServiceNow CSM where a customer service rep needs ask the Office of General Counsel how to reply to a specific question. With Tasker, the CSM can assign the General Counsel a task instead of resorting to an undocumented or traceable email. The lawyer can respond via Tasker with a document or other appropriate response that is captured, documented, and confirmed. One of the most powerful features of DocIntegrator is our new federated search capabilities and enhancements to ServiceNow Global Search. Built to enhance the existing ServiceNow search, which is limited to allowing users to search the ServiceNow knowledge bases, service catalogs, and more. We've added in the ability to search Microsoft SharePoint, Teams, Outlook, and of course, Tasker. This is particularly relevant in systems of record where you have files stored throughout the organization and you're not necessarily certain where they are. For example, if I was looking for a system authorization request, I put in and sent to my boss via email or Teams chat, or even as an attachment or upload into SharePoint. Our federated search allows us to take care of this. So when I run a search on SAR for system authorization access request, We're getting a lot of hits here. And right now, it's simultaneously searching through all of our different configured sources. We have configured knowledge bases and SharePoint, where you can have multiple SharePoint search sources here: Tasker, Outlook, Teams, and catalogs. We can further drill down into different capabilities. So if I want to say, is this something I found in a knowledge base? I can now search a knowledge base. Is this something which is located in SharePoint? I can see we have a couple of different SAR requests in SharePoint stored as PDF files. I'm even able to search my own Teams chats, my Outlook chats, in Tasker for those tasks which have been assigned to me or which I assign to other people. Keeping in mind all of this is token-based search. It isn't an appliance, there is no indexing or saving of the search results inside ServiceNow. These results are pulled in real time. Display. And poof, it's gone. It's not written. You don't have to worry about ServiceNow being a system of record for these other systems. Even searching emails allows you to come in and look at only the emails which were sent and received in your email folders. Here's our team chats. It really allows you to winnow down. Go into your searches and find the information you're looking for across the entire enterprise fast and securely. Additional sources can be configured from additional systems of record, providing a very flexible and granular approach to searching the enterprise without ever leaving the ServiceNow experience. As we saw earlier with the DocIntegrator, we were able to actually take some of these results and attach them to records as needed.